This is the electric load center video, and we're starting out here on the meter. The meter is on the south garage, south wall. It should be sealed on 3 sides, just like these service disconnects should be. It should be sealed on 3 sides to help moisture infiltration and penetration getting into the walls. The main power supply conduit coming to the home, it should have a slip joint on it to relieve some of the pressure. You can kind of see how it's leaning this way because we got some natural movement with the soils and stuff like that. We expect that. We got some natural movement, so it's kind of pushing on it. A slip joint would help satisfy that. If this home was built this morning and it was not built this morning, we'd have 2 grounding rods, or 1 grounding rod and a UFA rod in the wall, which I did not see or did not locate. We would have 2 grounding rods. Our grounding rod is supposed to be buried at 8 feet, not 7 foot 6 inches. And then we come over here and look at this. Our grounding rod is corroding. We got some kind of a chemical reaction going on here. What is that about? So it's time to replace the grounding rod. Maybe the new grounding rod can be buried properly. Who knows? Who knows? And coming on along, inside the garage south interior wall, this is our electric load center. It's made by GE. It's 200 amps. We should have a main principal. We have a main principal. Main principal should be located outside. If this house was built this morning, when this home was built, this was an okay arrangement. This was acceptable application at the time, so we've got that. Coming down here, we got our circuit breakers. Okay, cooktop and oven, we should have lockouts for these. Clothes dryer, 30 amp, yep. Okay, this should be GFCI protected by today's standards, and they should be lockouts, so the technician can come in here and lock these breakers off and work on your kitchen equipment. That's the way it should be. And then over here, handwritten, it should be printed. Handwritten should be printed. Coming along here, is that it, bud? No, that's not it. Okay, this dead front cover panel, it's supposed to be held on with 6 screws. Well, we have 6 screws here, but 3 of the screws are wrong. These are pointy little screws. This can come in here and cause electrical shocks and things. We're not going to install these screws back. We're just going to leave these screws in the panel, and we're going to use these 3 brass screws, the ones that the manufacturer decided. We're going to use these, and these are what we're going to put the panel back on. We should not have combustible debris inside the cabinet. We should not have paint and contaminants inside of the cabinet. Coming along here, we should not have more than a 1/8 of an inch. Is that 8 or 6? Yeah, no more than an 1/8 of an inch. A gap between the cabinet cover and the dead front cover panel on the cabinet, and that should have been sealed up pretty good. We should not have open knockouts, okay? Because this is supposed to hold everything. Shouldn't have open knockouts, and we got open knockouts, and we just got the wires just hanging off in here, coming through there unprotected. Coming through there unprotected. That's what we got. No, we're not supposed to have that. We're supposed to have connectors on there. And then over here, this is L1 and L2, and this is our main neutral. All right, and we don't know where this box is going to go on which house and what location. So we have these knockouts. This is for L1 and L2. We could run it through here. We can run it through there. We can run it through there. There's different places we could run it through there. There's different places we could run it. Okay, but now we have these other little holes. See these little holes right here? See the little hole right there? See that little hole right there, right there, right there? Okay, come up here. See the little hole right there? See the little hole right there, right there, right there, right there? You're not supposed to bring more than 2 cables in at a time. Okay? It's called the skin effect. I mean, this is the neutral and the L1 and L2. You're not supposed to bring more than, that's called bundling. It's very common. Even the illustration that I have baked into your report is somewhat apologetic about the deficiency, but the fact is, it wasn't done right, and it is a deficiency. Is it done that way at my house? You bet. And just about every house between my house and this house, probably. Okay, does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. Okay? My house is not for sale. You shouldn't have to live like me. Okay? And you don't have to fix that. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. Maybe when it's time to replace the cabinet, maybe when it's time to replace the grounding rod. Maybe at that time, maybe we want to do an update or upgrade or something like that. That's possible. Coming on through here, we got different color wires, all kinds of different color wires looking in through here. Yee, how do you do? Wires, wires, wires. We got these white wires coming in here. Now this white wire right here, and this white wire here has been painted black. See that? This one should have been painted black too. And that's it. So we only got 1 hot wire, 1 white hot. Okay. And then our other whites that are not white hots are neutrals coming over here on this bus bar inside of here. 1 breaker, 1 wire. 1 wire goes to a white neutral wire. One neutral wire, one screw on the bus bar. Not two screws. Not two screws. Not two screws. All right, not two screws. Okay. Sometimes you have to put another bus bar in there so you can make all your connections. Then that's what needs to happen. They sell those things that bolt in. You just want to get one off the truck. Is that what it is? I don't know what it is, but no, those are not supposed to be doubled. Coming along here now on our grounds can be doubled, so long as they're the same size wires. Grounds, why can ground be doubled and not the neutral? Because every time a light comes on, energy goes through. Every time a fan comes on, every time an appliance, a device comes on, then power goes through a white wire. Okay, so we expect the wire, and they heat and cool at different levels. On the grounding over here, that's only expected to work during an emergency. It's an emergency mode. So for whatever reasons, until it changes, but this is acceptable, that is not an acceptable application. It's not an acceptable application. Our cables should not be in direct contact with the panel cover. You don't want these things melting down, energizing the panel and shocking you. You don't want those. Let's see, I got the gaps. The bonding location is not labeled in here. I know it's on the cold water, on the water heater, on the other side of that wall. Most of the electricians can guess that, but the bonding location is supposed to be labeled. So, what do we got? We got a grounding rod that's corroding. We got a single ground. Our bonding location is not labeled. Our meter box is not sealed. We do not have a slip joint on our conduit. Our cables are touching the panel cover. We've got open knockouts. Got cables, unprotected cables coming through open knockouts. Got the wrong kind of cabinet screws. Got dust, debris, and paint inside the cabinet. Cabinet wires are touching the cabinet cover. We do not have lockouts for our cooktop and oven. We do not have a GFCI protector receptacle for a clothes dryer. Our neutrals are double lugged. We have a hot white over here. And that's about it. Unless I can think of something else.